Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Outside the Box with me, your host, Mary Hooks. Listen, I'm super excited to be here before y'all today. God is good, God is faithful. If you are tuned into this podcast, I just want to say thank you for rocking with me. Thank you for tuning in and listening to each and every episode. If you have not, go back and catch up on the ones that you missed. Share this with the people you know. I believe that through this podcast, through my transparency, through the things that God just gives me to speak on, to touch on, to teach on, that life is going to be well for all of us. That means that transformation is going to take place and it's just going to be new, y'all. And so listen, that leads me in today's topic. I wanted to talk about how to reset your life for the new year. And not even for the new year, but before the new year. Because I feel like, we have New Year's resolutions, right? So when the new year is approaching, everybody's like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this when the new year come. But like, let's do some of that stuff before the new year starts. And so it's no better way than to prepare yourself before the new year gets here. So then when the new year gets here, it's not like you trying to scramble all over the place and now you got your calendar out and now you got your notebooks out and all of that stuff. Like, no, let's prepare before we actually step into the new year. Let's just go ahead and be ready so we don't gotta get ready. Look, stay ready so you don't gotta get ready concerning our life, which is absolutely important. And so that's what I want to talk to y'all about, like how to reset your life before the new year. I know 2025, we're expecting God to do great and mighty things. I know everybody should have a vision. Like, everybody. If you have breath for your body, you should have a vision. You should have direction for your life. And so if you don't, I would definitely suggest that you sit down with yourself and you ask yourself, what do I want life to look like for me? How do I want my life to look next year? And so that just goes into showing, that just goes into us really saying, like, reflect on. So what we could do, we could reflect on the way that the year has been. So if you look at 2024 up until this point and you say, okay, what did I like in 2024 concerning my life? And you do this for yourself. What did I like concerning my life in 2024? Then what did I dislike in my life in 2024? Take a look at each situation, each thing that you went through. Maybe you endured some challenges. Like, what was that like for you? Write those things down. So usually on my podcast, I'm dropping nuggets, all of that stuff. But I think it's important that y'all bring a notebook. Like, you can ride in the car and listening to this episode and all of that. That's cool. But if you really want to see transformation in your life, if you really want to see change in your life, there comes a time where listening is not just going to do it for you. Turning on Outside the Box podcast with Mary Hooks is super great, and I thank y'all for it. But if you're not writing the things down, if you're not grasping a hold of the information that I'm giving you, if you're not applying it to your life, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. You're not going to see no change. There's not going to be any results in your life. Things are just going to keep happening the way that they've been happening for you. And that's not my wish for you. That's not my prayer for you. That's not what I want concerning your life. Like, I sit down and I do this because I want to see you win. I sit down and I do these podcast episodes because I want to see you be better. I want to see you do better. I know that better is available to you, but you have to do the work. So I'm not saying this because it just sounds good. I'm saying this because in my own life, I knew that I had to do the work. Since we're talking about how to reset our life for the new year, it is so important that we say, hey, better is available to me. I know that I'm not supposed to be in this situation. I know that maybe this situation is okay, but I know it could be better. And it takes you to change whatever situation and circumstance in your life that you are not pleased with, that you are not happy with. It takes for you to literally do something about it. Like, nobody's coming to rescue you. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's coming to pick you up. And so it takes one step. I had made a TikTok video talking about one decision and one step, and we're always trying to see the big picture, but it really just takes one step. And so I'll give y'all an example. I know for me, it was like, oh, I hate it. And I don't hate things, but I absolutely hated working at a call center, right? I felt like the people had attitude all the time. No matter how nice you tried to be to them, they always just gave you sass and gave me sass and gave me attitude. And I'm just like, I'm just trying to do my job, but I cannot get with this. And then I got a little bit of ADHD. So I like to move around. I like to be able to move and groove. Me sitting in one spot all day for 8 hours plus, that is nerve wracking. Like, I want to be up. I want to be moving around. I want to be able to do things. Like, I don't work well just sitting in one spot. So I absolutely hated this job, right? But it paid the bills. Kinda. But it fed the kids. But it made a way for me and my family. And so I continued to do that thing. However, I started to apply at other places. I started to put my application in. While I was on that job, I would be on my personal laptop and I would be looking on Indeed, finding me something different, because I just knew, like, this not gonna work for me. It's working right now, but this is not the long-term goal for me. And I just don't see this for myself. It's either I'm going to spaz out and I'm going to lash out at these people, or they going to fire me because it's not going to be good. It just wasn't going to be good because it wasn't what I wanted. So I say that to say that when you feel like something in your life is not working, when you feel like something in your life needs a change, when you feel like this is not where I see myself, then you have to do the necessary steps. Now, I didn't get up and move, and I didn't get up and just quit my job. Now, when I got a new job, I was able to walk away from the job, put in my 2-week notice, and, go on with my career. However, it took for me to be actively looking for another place of employment. It took for me to actively be putting my resume in. It took for me to be active, still doing this, but over here on this end, doing the necessary things it takes to get me to that next level that I see myself. Like, are y'all checking with me? I'm going to stop. I'm going to pause. I'm going to let you take that in, because what I understand is we have the power to change our life. We have the power. If it's something, and it's not just with jobs, I mean, it's relationships, it's friendships, it's family, it's, the town you live in, the church you go to, whatever it is. Most of all, it's us. Those are just outside things that we have to deal with day to day, or, those are just outside things in our life. But most of all, it's internal. So let's dig a little deeper and do a little self-reflection internal. If you said in 2024 or this year, because I never know what year y'all gonna be watching this, right? I just believe that it's gonna be people in the future that's gonna still tune into this podcast, and the words that I'm speaking today is gonna be relevant concerning their situation and where they are in that moment. And so I'll just say in this year, my attitude did not work for me. I was snapping off at people. I was doing whatever, not me personally, but I'm just saying, like, whatever it is, whatever you feel like I was dissatisfied, you were dissatisfied in this year, because this is a self-reflection thing. This is a teaching moment. So y'all right now, y'all getting married that know how to teach, y'all getting the married. Fun fact, when I was probably in like 5th, 6th grade, I wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to be a school teacher. And so right now, y'all getting that teaching Mary. And so reflect and say, okay, this attitude didn't work for me. It could be your job, but like I said, let's focus on internal things. These habits didn't work for me. Not being on time didn't work for me this year. So time management, attitude, your personality traits, your character, the way you showed up. Did you gossip or did you not gossip? Like, those are the things that we have to look in, because these are things that's within ourselves. These are things that we can take control of and we can change. And so say, hey, that wasn't working for me this year. What step do I need to do let's just use gossiping for an example. If you find yourself on the phone gossiping about who and who and who and what and what and what and they got going on, stuff that's not going to benefit you, that's not going to feed you, that don't keep the lights on in your house, but you just do it. You know, we have habits. So sometimes people just like to know other people's business. I don't know why, because I could care less about what anything anybody got going on. I know as for me and my house, we gonna serve the Lord. God gave me them babies and I'm going to take care of them. And anything that goes on outside of my house, like, not that I don't care about it, but I really could care less about it. That's just me though. But we do have people that they want to know everything that's going on. And they always checking for you. And they always monitoring you. And they always want to know what you doing. And not in a sense of being caring and loving and all of that. But in a sense of they just want to know what you doing. Like, it's just nosy people, okay? Those same nosy people, though, will get on the phone with somebody else and gossip about you. And so with that being said, if you are one of those gossiping people, maybe you should say, okay, that didn't work out for me because nothing that I said about this person paid a bill. Nothing that I told somebody else about this person put food in my refrigerator. Like, that's how I think about stuff. When I think about stuff, that's how I think. That's how it's easy for me to be like, I'm not going to do that. I don't care about that. But, I'm just really trying to give y'all real life situations and scenarios. If it is your career and you like, man, I'm tired of working here. I'm tired. I don't see myself doing this within the next, I don't see this being long term for me. What steps are you taking to move forward? If you're saying, hey, I could be a little bit kinder. I'm always snapping off on people. What step could you do to be a little kinder so that you're not snapping off on people, so that people do want to be around you, so that people ain't running and ducking and dodging your calls and don't want to help you out because you just have a messed up attitude? So it's that type of thing. But once you get that understood and once you write that down and you say, hey, this wasn't working for me, maybe it's a trial or a tribulation that you found yourself in this year and you're like, whoo, I don't never want to experience that thing again. Okay, what action step can you take so that you never have to experience that thing again in your life? And then I want you to envision your life. So envision the life that you want for yourself. Whatever that looks like. We all have different desires. We all have different things that we feel are important to us as individuals. And so sit down with yourself and say, hey, what does this look like for me? What do I want life to look like for me? Once you have that vision, you got to have vision. You will not go anywhere in life if you do not have vision. So once you have that vision, you have to do the necessary things to get you to the vision. Now, I've said before that it's not about the whole big picture, but you got to have a big picture for where you see yourself going. But the big picture comes when we decide that we're going to take one step every day. We're going to take one step every day to get us to the big picture that we envision for our life. And so whatever that looks like for you, if you say, hey, I want to become an author this year. I see myself being an author. I see myself speaking on big stages. What action step? Are you sitting down, writing out your thoughts? Are you sitting down, writing the book? Are you sitting down? I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, but are you writing your thoughts out on paper so that it can eventually form a book? Are you applying yourself and putting yourself out there publicly so people know, hey, this woman has, or this man has wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and they have something to talk about. They have experienced things in life, and they have something that they can share with the world, and they are putting it out there in the world so that people can see, hey, this person may be somebody that we can book to speak at our next event because they know this, or they're an expert in this area, this area, this area. You see what I'm saying? Like, I want it to make sense to y'all. I know that the year is coming to a close. I know it's easy to be like, oh, I'm going to, 2025 or whatever year you may be tuning in this to. And you say, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this differently, or this is my New Year's resolution. Well, if we don't get a hold of our life, and if we don't do some deep diving and self-reflection, and we don't take heed to what did not work, and figure out how we can change it step by step so that we can have a better life, so that we can reset our life, so that we can change our life, so that we can see transformation in our life, so we can go to higher heights and deeper depths, not just in our life, but in God, then everything is going to work out. But if we sit back and we say, oh, the new year is coming and I'm just, I got a resolution, and then the new year come, you're going to find yourself. See, because one thing I know, that we are creatures of habit. And so every day, if you wake up and you do the same thing over and over and over again, it just becomes second nature to you. You just constantly do those things. But if you don't become intentional about resetting your life so that your new year won't look like your last year, if you didn't like it. And this is just if you didn't like it. If you like, man, that didn't work out for me. Man, I didn't like the way that was. Man, I never want to experience that again. Man, I'm sick of this, or I'm sick of that, or whatever you have the power to change it. News flash, like if I had a big sign, it will be going off right now, because I just really want y'all to understand, like, you have the power to change what it is that you're dealing with. You have the power to change what it is that you're going through. You have the power to take action and to take hold of your life and say, I'm going to do this so that I don't have to do this anymore. I'm going to do this so that I can move forward. I'm going to stop doing this. Because, see, when we reset, it's not always about like, when we reset, it's not always about what we need to do. Sometimes we need to stop doing things. Mic drop. I could end this podcast right here. Sometimes we just simply need to stop doing some things so that we can see the life that we envision for ourselves. Sometimes we put other things on our plate that has nothing to do with us. Sometimes we put ourselves in situations, our actions, our habits. Sometimes we do that. And so some things we have to let go of. Some things we have to stop doing. I pray this encourage y'all. I actually like the way I just kind of sat down, talked this thing out, gave y'all my thoughts about it, being completely myself. I like the feel of this. And so because I'm on a journey myself, this journey called life myself, I never portray to be a perfect person. So I'm always still trying to figure out what's working for Mary and what's not. What do I need to let go of and what I need to keep? And so I'll let y'all in on this because God is always speaking. But this is my area right here. Me just coming, just sitting down, just saying what's on my mind, how I feel about different situations and circumstances, what worked out for me, what revelation I get like at a much slower pace. Because believe it or not, y'all, when I'm doing my videos, I feel like I be just rushing. I feel like I be rushing through my videos. But I honestly feel now like this is my lane. Just sitting down, just talking, giving myself time to breathe in between what I'm saying. Like y'all could probably go see it. Like if you go back to a few of my other episodes, you probably see like I'm just like boom, 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 boom. boom, 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 boom. Just getting through what it is that I'm trying to say. But as I sit here and as I just really like talk and teach and speak and not be in a rush, I'm liking this. This feels good to me. But so yeah, I know what I need to do. I need to slow down. Cause I be in a rush. And I think maybe because I talk fast. I don't know, but I just need to slow down. That's what I need to do. And so that's something that I'm reflecting on. I'm reflecting on it right here before y'all. Like, and I always say, I just want to be true and transparent. So no, I'm not going to cut this out. I'm not going to edit this out because I want y'all to see like, oh, Mary is not saying change your life from a place of up here. like she already got it together and she don't need to change nothing. No. I'm saying, sis, I see you. We got some things we need to change. We got some things that we need to get done. We got some things that we need to let go of if we want to reset our life before the new year. And so, y'all be encouraged. Share this with whoever you know, your family, your friends, whatever. But just remember, if you don't get nothing else from this, I want you to remember that it just takes one step. Like, you can literally change your life with one step. If you decide that you're going to take one step forward, if you decide that you're going to change one habit, if you decide that you're going to change one character flaw, if you decide that you're going to be on time for one event, and then you just work that thing one step at a time. It's not a race. Like, life is not a race. And that's something that I had to learn too. Like, life is not a race, and you don't have to always be trying to chase the next thing, chase the next goal, get to the next level, like just going. Like, slow down. Enjoy the moment. Slow down. Enjoy the gift of the present. See, we say past, present, and future. So if we're in the present today, which is a gift from God, we need to enjoy this present that God has given us. We need to just bask in the present that God has given us. And so just slow down and take a step at a time. And I'm telling you, once you, that step, and then eventually it'll be another step. And then all things is going to work out and everything is going to be well concerning your life. Don't rush it though. Don't rush the process. Don't rush the plan. Don't rush the vision. Of course, we want to seek God in all that we do. We want to ask God to order our steps, to lead, guide, and give us wisdom, knowledge, and understanding for what it is that we want, for what it is that we're praying for. Because God can give you what you're praying for, but if you don't have the wisdom, if you don't have the knowledge, if you don't have the understanding and what it is that it takes for you to maintain that thing, you're going to lose it anyways. That's what I like to say about character. Like, God, I don't want nothing early. I don't want nothing early. Because if you give it to me early and my character can't maintain it, then I'm going to lose it. So I don't want to lose my blessings. I don't want to lose what it is that I'm praying for and I'm asking for and my heart desires and the things that I know God is going to give to me in his timing. I want it in his timing, not in Mary's timing. Because I'm telling y'all, if God would have gave me some of the things that I prayed for in my own timing, I would have ruined it. My attitude would have ruined it. My character would have ruined it. You know, my lack of money, my lack of managing money skills would have ruined it. You know, just really want to be honest with you guys, because I need y'all to understand it. You don't have to rush. And if you see a vision for your life, you see where you want to go, you want to reset your life, it's okay. It's okay to do so. Be patient with yourself though. Be graceful with yourself. Take it one step at a time and all things are going to work out for you. And so I love y'all, each and every one of y'all. Y'all have an absolute blessed day. Until next time, y'all be encouraged. Listen, if you ain't subscribed to this podcast, but you listening and you just something in you won't allow you to hit that follow button over on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, even if you're looking at me on video here on YouTube, subscribe, follow, do all the things. Hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when another video is uploaded, when another episode is uploaded, so that you can tune in, so that you can listen, and so that you can walk into greatness. Y'all be encouraged. God bless you.